Welcome, welcome. Yes, welcome everyone. I'm going to hand it off to Michael Smith. Yeah.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good moment from wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I do have a question that I would like to start off with. It comes from this book that maybe some of you have heard called Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. And it's a question
I've
about,
heard of that book. I've
yeah,
heard that's a really good book.
maybe raise your hand if you've read it.
Yeah, okay.
A couple people, maybe. Yes, okay. Maybe some of you have it within hand's reach. But what is the secret for living to be over 125? And while you're thinking about that or referencing the answer, there's I I've personally set a goal to live to be 130.5. And people say 0.5, why 0.5? Well, my birthday is July 1st, 1970, and my youngest son was born on 01/01/01. And so if I live to be 130.5, I'll live to see his 100th birthday and live a full year into the 22nd century. To the year 2200. That's a little bit crazy, maybe, but why not be crazy? In fact, I think there's many people on this call that will live to be that long, be that young and older. And so there's a quote, chapter 11, that says, what's the secret to living to be over 125 years of age? It's very interesting to me. It said the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patient in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. And that was Thomas Jefferson, the third US president, that said that. But if you just put in the chat what you feel, there's actually in the book 6 secrets to living to be over 125. If you know one of them, go ahead and put that in the chat. One of the 6 secrets to living to be over 125.
Like it. Today's kind of like a pop quiz day.
Yeah. Chapter will be referenced in chapter 11.
What's in chapter 7 on page 30? I don't know.
And really, when I've asked people and I share with them that I want to live to be 130.5, the reaction I get most common is, oh no, I wouldn't want that. Because people have this mindset right now of what that looks like, of being in a hospital bed or in some other assisted living or care center suffering. But if you change that narrative, would you like to be vibrant, full of energy, and taking on new challenges at 125, 130? Then it's a different question. People have this assumption of what 125 looks like today, but it's changing fast. So yeah, wearing diapers, and being in pain, that's a lot of the assumptions that people have. But my neighbor next door, he got married. I don't know if you've heard this story. He got married at the beginning of COVID to my neighbor there. He was 101, and his family was going to put him into an assisted living center. And so he started calling everyone he knew, all the women he knew, and proposing marriage to them. And my neighbor Donna said, well, let me think about it. And he started telling everyone they were getting married. She called back, I didn't say yes that we were getting married. So why are you telling everyone we're getting married? She said, well, he said, you're the only one who didn't say no. And so the kids were all very afraid to tell anyone they were getting married, because they were worried that they might not live to be, one of them not live to be president of the wedding. He was 101. She was 96 when they got married. They're now 103 and 98. And they are just the cutest little lovebirds. They go on walks holding hands. I mean, who doesn't want to find romance at any age, let alone 101 and 96? So there's there's a lot of single ladies in their 80s in this community I live in. And let me tell you, Donna at 96 made a whole lot of them real jealous. You know, that she was honeymooning and they were, I don't know what they were doing, just whatever they do. So I like it. I got an amen from Esther. I'll keep preaching the love at 96 and 101. You know, I think you can find it at every age. But so let's see, in the chat, we've got some, oh, wow, lots of comments. Diet, Panchakarma, diet and balance in life, releasing stored emotions, flexibility of mind and emotions. You know, there's diet, Panchakarma, Asta Karma, and I'm not exactly sure the difference between the two, but I'm sure someone on the call does. And lifestyle are 3 of the 6 answers. Who knows the other 3? Maybe you can raise your hand and it'll bring you up and to share the other 3. I'm actually giving an award to my neighbor next door, bring Donna and Jean to this longevity clinic that's opening up in Park City this week. We're going to give him an award to represent all of the centenarians, people who are over 100 that for the state of Utah in the US. There are currently 130 people that are over 100 years of age in Utah. And in the by the year 2030, I'd like to see that number be 10 times that. That there'd be at least 1,300 people over the age of 100 and active and young and falling in love and having illicit or illicit romances. You know, if you get past a certain age and you kind of can let things go a little bit. And kind of like fishing, you know.
We're gonna have Michael Smith as the new, let's say, what's it called? Matchmaker of age, of people living young at any age. That's a good one.
Exactly. You know, it's kind of like those guys out fishing when they see well, there's times when the limit applies and the time the limit doesn't apply. Let's just say that.
Well, one thing I especially love about this is because, you know, the opening quote in the book, I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you and let love teach you. And love, it applies to us regardless of what age we are. And also letting love work through us. I mean, one of the most beautiful couples that I've seen recently, they just met 2 years ago, and they definitely are young. And when we met them, they said, we've just been married for 40, and you're expecting to hear years, but they're like 40 days. And they're just like so in love with each other. It just like was a pleasure, a joy to be around them because of so much love. So Michael, I'm glad you shared that. And it is powerful that, you know, we can be young at any age. And
Stephanie has something here. I just got to throw this out and then I'll stop. But, you know, we've had some miracle experiences on, you know, abundance and health. You know, she says, what about for singles? What about for abundance of love? What if we had a miracle experience for love, romance, and intimacy? Woo woo! I'm getting some high fives, can I get some fingers for that? Woo woo! Well, thumbs
up. So beautiful. Actually, Dr. Ram, he would talk about how in the ancient manuscripts, it even shares like principles, how you attract the right kind of mate. You know, it actually had some things like this. And I remember asking, well, tell me about this. And anyway, he always felt like he wanted to be successful in something himself before he taught it. And I think he had some kind of reservations in that area. So I have seen in the miracle experiment experience, people set that as their desire, as their want, and it'd be fulfilled. And it's such a fun thing to celebrate. So thank you. Thank you. And, you know, it's interesting because regardless of what happens externally to us, one reason why I love, people have called this a love story, is because you fall more in love with yourself. And one thing that I've noticed is when people have toxins in their body, their mind, their emotions, sometimes it's real hard to feel good about anything, real hard to be in love with ourselves, real hard to feel, you know, love for the world, real hard to connect with another person. Instead, sometimes that that irritation comes up. I love how Elio, one day, Elio, I hope it's okay to share this. When some of the concern or things or problems went away in his life, he realized that he'd been using a sledgehammer to shoo an ant away, and in that kind of a situation, we can come across as very, very harsh, hurt people sometimes. And it's not you, it's the toxins that are inside of you. Now, combine a lot of toxin intake with a big family event that increases a lot of emotional stress or mental stress, which is coming up. A lot of people are going to experience holiday season. But what I am so excited about is a lot of people are going to experience a holiday season in a whole new way. They're going to experience an ancient secrets holiday season, which is you at your healthiest and your happiest. You're going to do something different than you have ever done before. You're going to be actually doing a delicious detox. This is quite a few people on this call are going to be doing the 30-day delicious detox, going through, at least in America, we have Thanksgiving, which is one of the biggest holidays for filling our body full of toxins, and then going into a slight coma after we've intaken a lot of stuff. Now, Dr. He always was about having food for your emotions, even the story about the pizza. But what if it's toxic for us and we're not in a position to do that? Then we're just setting ourselves up for a whole season of dis-ease, of illness, in which with you're physically ill, what can you do? So we have during this season, I don't know if Carol Ray's on this call, but we're about to complete the cookbook, which is so exciting. And we're going to be sharing with you some new recipes. For the people in the detox, it's easy because you eat mung soup. It's awesome. And to do that, even during the holidays, I salute you. I'm so excited. I'm actually have Dr. Stephen talk to that a little bit. But on a second level, we have starting this week, and he'll be on the call shortly, I'm hoping, Tony Lister in a whole program that Dr. Ram, when Dr. Ram first found out that Tony did this, he's like, I want to sign up. He says, for Tony, Dr. Ram, when Dr. Ram found out that Tony had this special gift or special skill, literally, Dr. Ram says, I don't care whatever course you're offering, I want to join all of them. Because even when you're a master healer, sometimes you realize there's patterns, subconscious patterns that get in the way of our best conscious intentions. Sometimes there's not alignment between conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Dr. Ram would talk about that. So the marmas really help. But there's also a certain process in which we can move ourselves through our bodies, through our movements, through our sounds that can help us remove deep shame. Wow, what would life be like if we helped remove ourselves from deep shame? When we can help remove ourselves from it's like if you have a battery and you hook it into some other, without you knowing it, it got hooked into some other devices. So there's a constant drain of that battery, some low-level drain of that battery happening. What if you cut those cords and then you have all that energy accessible to you? Well, I think these detoxes are about that, the delicious detox and also the subconscious detox. It's too late to sign up for the 30 days. So if you guys are on this call, you're not signed up for that, you can do it in the future because it takes time for the herbs to arrive to your home. But if you still have a burning desire, you want to join either the 7-day detox or the subconscious detox, I want maybe Cornelia or Andrea, someone can put that chat in. Now, what's fun is who's on this call for the first time? I want you to go put in the chat, yes. If you're on this Global Healing Miracle call for the first time, some people have been on this call many times, and I love you. I'm so happy to see Munera, yes, joining from Saudi Arabia. So happy to see Sue Mulvaney and Munira on the call, and Mooney. I don't know, Mooney, if you can start your video, but I love how you just barely finished the 28-day detox. I don't know, Mooney, if you can talk to that, but it's so fun. There we go. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, what was your experience and what results have you seen as a result of this?
It's so funny, Dr. Clint. I sing always. I have concerts and all. After I finished the detox, I sang. It was so easy. The breathing, the touching the high notes here. I just flew through it. I said, it's impossible. It's just amazing. I'm so happy. Last I did it. Actually, you know how I did it. Dr. Stephen, he was visiting Toronto, and I told you it was a miracle that happened.
Yeah, I'm going to bring Dr. Stephen on here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. He's multitasking.
How are you?
I'll see you in a few days.
Oh God, you changed your hairstyle. So it was so nice. I was looking for Dr. Stephen and I just phoned Vinay. I said, Vinay, can you contact me? He contacted me. I just sent an email. I said, this is Moni and all. And it's so funny. He said, I'm in Toronto.
Not only was I in Toronto, I was a half hour away. Like Toronto, you could be 2 hours away, but there it was. Moshe and I were in Toronto. She was seeing family. I was getting some specialized treatment, and then we were just right there. Like
Yes.
boom, and we spent just a beautiful time at their home. So welcoming. And I sat down to take her pulse, and I said, "I feel like Dr. Naram has sat here." And she said, yes.
Exactly. Dr. Clint, in the living room, Dr. Narami sits on the side and exactly that. He just sat on his own. I didn't ask him to sit there. Dr. Naram, as if, he was this was just a miracle.
So now I want to hear, so what inspired you to do the 28 detox? What was the process like for you? And in addition to being able to sing, what other unexpected side effects have you seen or side results have you seen?
I just felt so good. And the result was, Dr. Stephen, I contacted him because I went here and for some reason it was my, BP was high.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't feel, there are no symptoms of this BP being high. What am I doing? I just went to the doctor. I came back and I'm doing my sessions and all. So I had something. I said, I was missing you. I was missing Dr. Naram. I said, where do I go? Because they are the one who runs my life. Now I'm so lost without them. And then that's how I connected. And he comes and he sees my pulse and he said, no, my feeling was right. It was something below in the stomach region or whatever. It needed a detox for my body. So I can't say how thankful I am to the whole service, to the whole, whatever you're doing. And I'm going to see Dr. Stephen on the 15th. I'm going to Syracuse to see Dr. Ronak and you. Yeah. So it was beautiful. Beautiful. So I had a question that, okay, I've done 28. Now I don't want to go back to anything then that. So what does the follow-up mean after that? How do you
I can send you, there's a post-detox diet. I'll send you that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up from the beginning because it's really important. Your body's like a baby. All the channels, everything's open. So sometimes people are like, I'm done with the detox. Like this. But instead, you want to do something where you really love yourself. You give yourself a chance for that thermostat to be reset.
Yes.
And to restart again. I know Michael Smith he probably has a lot to speak on that too. Real quick, I just want to welcome everyone who it's your first time here. So Sue, Kilo, so good to have you here. It's so wonderful. We got here Kimberly Bird. Kimberly, welcome. Kimberly, I want to hear what inspired you to join the call, and are you joining one of the detoxes today?
I am starting the 28 day today. And I met Susan and her husband at a fabulous place in Costa Rica. And she invited me to breakfast and we sat down and she said, I have something to tell you about. And so right away, I got the book in Costa Rica and I was reading and I ate the mung bean soup as my father was dying over 3 weeks. And it was like, I really think it helped me stay really calm. Like I could just sit and hold his hands and, I feel I don't think I could have done that without this little deeper work. So thank you.
That's so beautiful, Kimberly. Yeah, it's really true. In the times where the emotions are most triggering, sometimes if our body we're not nourishing it with the right things, it can be even more difficult. And so first of all, sending so much love to you. And there's no doubt that you're not here by accident, Kimberly. And anyone who's here for the first time, there's no accident that you're here. Of all the places, Dr. Susan Joseph could have gone, Costa Rica, of all the people you could have sat next to. And who knows how much that single thing is going to change your life and the lives of other people you love. We call it contagious healing. And so welcome, so much welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's so great to see you. This is a wonderful woman with such incredible energy. I'm sure that you are going to do great things. And you were talking about getting a retreat center in Costa Rica, and my mind was going, well, maybe Ancient Secrets could have a retreat at your center. Who knows? She's a wonderful human. So welcome. It's wonderful to see you
Good to
and
see
have
you.
you
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
cool.
I'm-
Very
Yeah.
cool.
And we just have a tradition here, actually, for Kimberly, for anyone who's new, but also since Kimberly, you've been through so much, is okay if we just, everyone around the world who's watching right now sends you some love as you're launching into this journey. So just for Kimberly, for going through what she's gone through and engaging in this whole powerful journey, we love you and we're with you, Kimberly. We love you, and we're with you. And I'll show you the view of people all over the world sending you love right now, Kimberly. So glad that you're here.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. You're beautiful. You're so beautiful.
Yeah. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
How cool, Dr. Susan, Dr. Joseph, what's it like to know that you just shared about it with someone and it's already having such a transition, and to know they're about to go on this journey of this detox, the delicious detox. Anything that goes through your heart as you see Kimberly here?
I think it's the ability to be present, right?
This is your
And
intention.
and
yeah.
I do feel like it's like just what you were talking about, the sort of toxins of thought, or being able to stay grounded and open, right? And yeah, I just think it's lovely that this exists and that people share it word of mouth, and it's just tremendously, it's just a gift. It's what we need right now, is healing and presence and joy.
I so much agree with you. It's like a hidden secret on the planet that if you're lucky enough to get invited to, yes, because my what I love is, what if healing can be delicious? What if it can be delicious? So Dr. Susan, Dr. Joseph, anything else you want to add, like for everyone who this is their first day, they're about to start, like what's happening through your heart in anticipation of that?
Well, let me answer a different question.
Okay, please, you answer whatever question.
If I may. I was just that, you never know what you say or where you go or who hears it and how it affects them. And it's just a reminder of how you want to be your best, kind of in every moment with everyone you meet. And, here we are off on this adventure, the two of us. And, it isn't that we didn't talk to anybody, because we talked to everybody, but something moved, I think, Susan to, like, would you join us for breakfast, and let's sit together and let's talk, because just had a feeling that there was something that we had for them to, something to share, something to offer. And it came from just a place of a feeling, a knowing that we had something that, who knows if it's going to be important or not important, it's just from our heart, it's like, here, this seems like you might want to hear this. and
I did. I wanted to hear it. Yeah.
and can't remember the other woman's name. Tara also, that it was two people. And anyway, it's just a wonderful thing. And in the interest of a story, a quick one, that a good dear friend of ours is a psychologist, and one day he comes into the office and his client, his patient, says to him, you said the most unbelievable thing to me, last time. And now he's like, well, what was it? What brilliant thing did I come up with? What wisdom, what, magnificent words came out of my mouth. And he says, well, what was it? He said, well, you said you were thinking of me, the other day. And like, that was it, like he just shared that he was thinking of this other person, and it meant so much to him. It like changed his life. You know, I'm important enough for you to be thinking about me, you know, in your spare time. And so you just never know what you say and how it lands on people and the impact. So I say great adventure ahead of you. There are places where it's a lot of fun, and there's some places where it honestly, you know, it's going to be a little challenging. And I think everybody who's been through it is very grateful that they went through it, and it makes unbelievable changes that you'll never go back. You know, it's just something that is, it's a new way. So,
Yeah, even I like, even I think it was on yesterday's call for the 1 year immersion, how you're sharing how you even stopped needing to take, or you had, was it IV? I can't remember exactly.
ibuprofen I was taking.
Yeah, and now no more need. The body feels so good. So much young. What's your age?
I'm 68.
68 years young and a half. Okay, good. So Michael, we're getting, he's gonna, we gotta, we're gonna be in a race. All right, beautiful. I want to welcome some of the other new people. Susan, Sherry, welcome. Andrea Williamson. Actually, if you're new, I just want you to put, if you can, if you feel comfortable, I just want you to put your camera on. I'm just going to spotlight you shortly. And if you feel like you want to share something about your intention for, you know, being here, it'd be so wonderful. So Susan, Sherry, welcome. And I'm going to put up.
Hi.
What would you say is your intention or desire? Are you joining one of the detoxes?
Yes, I'm doing the 30-day.
Fantastic. And what's your intention? What would you love to see happen?
I have some physical things that I want to deal with, including being able to initiate sleep. I've had some chronic fatigue syndromes in the past, and there's some issues of trauma in the distant past. So those are my intentions.
Welcome. We're gonna keep you spotlighted for a little bit. I'm just gonna welcome in some other new people, and then we'll send everyone lots of love. Because the cool thing we've created, Susan, this time we've created a support system like never before.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, not only there's the optional daily morning activation calls where we have some fantastic people that bring our bodies through certain movements that just feel good, but also you've been assigned a practitioner, a practitioner in training, a path practitioner in training. So there's someone always there with you to answer questions and to guide you on some of the bumpy spots. So I want to say I'm so happy that you're here. Andrea, welcome. Did you feel comfortable sharing one sentence or two sentences about what brought you here, or what your intention is? I don't know if you feel comfortable with that, but I would love to send you love either way.
Sure. Hi. Well, first of all, I'm pleasantly surprised and impressed with this conference call. It's really sweet energy. So thank you guys for putting this together and all the work you've done before. I found out about this maybe a week ago, I think last. Wow. And I followed my intuition and just said, hey, there's something here. I'm not really sure what, but I don't know. I think I dropped like $500 or something and said, yeah, sign me up. So I haven't gotten through the book. The herbs are coming in the mail today. What I'd like, the intention, I mean, I was just thinking like lose weight and like kind of do a reset, press the reset button in my body. But now I'm starting to realize that I signed up for something much, much deeper, like a much deeper self-love and appreciation of love around the globe. Yeah. And so that's like really cool. And again, just a lot of appreciation. And I will need support to get through the 30 days just because of my lifestyle in terms of like business travel and stuff. But you know, I'm a pretty bite off more than I can chew kind of person. So
well, one thing I hope we'll make this is we've tried to chunk it so every day it's digestible. You really only have to remember, what do I need to do today? And you don't have to be even thinking about 30 days, but you just think, okay, today, let me give my 100%. You know, Dr. Ram, he was really big in that. And you're right about it's unexpected for most of us when we first walk into this community or these kind of calls, like how sweet it is, because it's not about a diet even. It's about letting love guide you. And yes, people, they reduce weight, they shed whatever unnecessary weight. Yes, people, their pain almost looks like it disappears. People who haven't been able to walk start walking, or people who have had all kinds of different aches, not needing to go for so many things like that. But what's the most amazing is how many people fall more in love with themselves and like more hope for this planet, that this exists and that there's a global community, surrounding this effort with love. I mean, all the people who are helping, with as your path practitioners that are supporting you, they're all volunteering just with love because they know what it does for them. And so I have that kind of energy is really beautiful. So welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Real quick, I'm just going to put on spotlight some of these other beautiful people. Bart, welcome, welcome. So good to have you here, sir. I want to see, let's see if there's a couple other people. Julie, welcome. Some people are coming in and out, but I want to spotlight you. Welcome, welcome, Julie. Welcome. And maybe if you feel, Bart or Julie, you want to just share how did you find yourself here? And Pamela, I don't know if you can put on your camera, but I want to welcome you. And what's your intention?
I'm Julie. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Julie.
It's so good to be here. I second that. This energy is amazing, and I feel so thrilled to be here. I had the book on my Kindle for a long time, and I started it but didn't finish it. And the other day I picked up my Kindle because I don't read on the Kindle very often, and I was like, that book, and I just read it in like 2 days. And I'm like a yogi, and that's my life. I detox several times a year, but I needed a reset because for the first time in my life in a long time, I live in a home that's mine, and I live alone, and it's lovely. And I'm starting to teach publicly again, and I really needed a reset. And like when I read the book, I was like, I don't know, I'm so grateful. And I was like, whatever, I want to do it all. Like, so then this came up, like, I was like, I want to do it.
That is so awesome. I don't know. I think yours camera might have frozen a little bit, but I love that you followed your heart, that you could see it was a big yes. And this is definitely a space for a reset. All right, Bart, I just want to hear 1-2 sentences from you if you feel comfortable sharing. What guided you here and what's your intention? And then we're going to send all of you guys love.
I have fibromyalgia related pain and other symptoms, and that's what brought me here. I've been doing the diet for the last week and definitely felt a lot better until this morning. Last night I had a birthday dinner and ate all kinds of things that are not on the diet, and I don't feel nearly as good today.
Well, so we want to say happy birthday.
Yes.
When was your birthday, Bart?
Yesterday.
Okay, happy birthday. All right, so for Bart and for Susan, for Andrea, also for Julie that we just saw, if we could just put our hands together. We just want to send you so much love on this journey. We love you. We're with you. You have supported in ways beyond even the people here on this call, but the unseen forces of love and healing that exist on the planet.
Happy birthday, Bart.
Yeah, happy birthday. That's so grateful you're here, Bart, and very interested. If you already did for 1 week, you got a little sense of it, but imagine for a full 30 days what's possible. So I'm excited to see that with you and discover with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andrea, for sharing. And thank you so much, Susan, for sharing. So excited to have you on the journey. A couple other people, Pamela Chambers, welcome, welcome. Sherry, Pamela, do you want to share what brought you here and what your intention is? You feel comfortable sharing that? Oh, you can, let's see, can you click on mute? Click on mute real quick. There we go.
Sentences only. It was divine timing, an act of self-love. Friend Ronnie called me and contacted me, and it was the right time. I've had a life-changing experience. In March, my husband passed, and I needed a new direction, and I wasn't taking care of myself after that. And so here I am. It's a new start.
I'm so glad that you're here, Pamela. you know what, this is maybe you may be my kind of, first of all, so much love for you and for your entire family. I know the passing of any partner can be tricky. And I wouldn't want that as the impetus for anyone's journey. What I want to say is this, the feeling came to me, the impression came to me that yes, it is divine timing. And yes, it is an act of self-love. And that this starting point can launch the happiest, healthiest time of your life up until now. I love how Dr. Stephen, he says he's in his 50s, but it's the first time his body has been mostly feeling pain-free. Even when he's in his teenagers or 20s, it wasn't that way. So Dr. Stephen, who's guiding it, we can get younger and younger. You know, I don't know if Judy Lamar is on this call. You may or may not have met her before. I'm just going to spotlight her. When she was about, actually, this is my gift I always have from Judy Lamar. This is so fun. This is my special gift. She made this Hmong soup bag for me. I love soup that I take with me everywhere I travel. And the quote says, if you change your food, you can change your future. When Judy lived, correct me if I'm wrong, but when she was 79, having a difficult time walking, even with the cane or walker sometimes. Now, as 82, is this right, Judy?
Yeah, 82. Yeah.
82 years young and feels like she's in the renaissance of her life. You know, walking 2 miles a day, Judy Lamar, is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
2 miles a day. And not only that, but doing so much powerful artwork. Some of it we're going to see at the, we'll have the first time this community ever meets in person in Sedona in June of next year. Many people are creating art that they're going to share at that exhibit. But then she was also, I think, Judy, you're one of the first people that signed up for the 100-day course when it was originally offered. Like at age 80 years young, she's like, sign me up. I want to go deeper. And so for anyone who's in the 30-day detox or in this whole experience, we have starting in January, the second time it's ever been offered as a cohort experience. We'll talk more about that. But Judy, for Pamela, for anyone who's starting for the first time, do you remember that very first time you were doing the detox? And any advice you would have given yourself?
Oh gosh, it really was a turning point. I actually did the 10-day with our miracle call. I think that was the first time you did it, June 15th, 2020. It really was the turning point. From then on, there was no turning back. I loved it. Better and better, younger and younger.
Younger and younger. So
Less and less digestive issues. 75% gone. Yeah, very quickly. And within a short period, maybe 4 months, that's when I started the power walking. Of course, I threw the cane away after, I don't know, a week. I don't know. It's amazing. And no falls. It's been, how many, it's 3 years coming on. Yeah, no falls or anything. So thank you. Enjoy. Exciting.
So beautiful. Pamela, any questions you have for Judy?
No, not at this point.
Okay. Well, just
good luck. I'm so glad. You're so fortunate you have Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's a fabulous person and such a doll. Yeah. Loving. Yeah. Great.
Well, the warning that we should put on this is at the end of this experience, you may feel very happy and very energetic. So if you don't want that, we need to warn you in advance that those two things could happen. Ronnie, speaking of which, yay, she's here, this powerful, wonderful friend. Ronnie, what's it like to have Pamela here, and any advice you want to give her or any heart wisdom?
Oh boy, you know me, I probably talked her ear off already. We've been friends for years and we hadn't connected for a little while. Not for any particular reason, just life. And then when I heard about her husband and what was going on, and I called her and I went, okay, you got to join us. You have to come into this community. And so she's a very dear friend. You're going to love it here. And I'm so happy to be part of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ronnie. And thank you, Pamela. So excited that you're here. I'm really excited to follow your journey. Yeah, and I want to say welcome. There's a couple other people that we didn't have a chance to spotlight. And so real quick, I just want to spotlight you so people can see you and know you. Sherry, Susan, Sherry. Oh, sorry, we already spotlighted you, but we love seeing you. Sorry about that.
Okay.
There's a Susan Sherry and there's a Sherry Khan. And so it's very wonderful to meet both of you. Sherry Khan, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. Jonathan DeLee says, feels like the first time I'm here. That's awesome. Welcome to everyone. I don't know if there's anyone else that I'm missing. This is your first time, but I just want to say we're so happy you're here. And when we're sending love to one of us, we're sending love to all of us. We realize we're all so interconnected. And as you realize the lovability of yourself, actually, as you love yourself by choosing one of these detoxes, all of life can change, not only for you, but for those you love. This is what we've seen over and over and over again, contagious healing. So you're making a very powerful step, not only for you, but for those you love. Now, one of the detox options was a bundle where people would choose also do the 30-day, and then for the first time ever, this subconscious detox. And then with me, we have Tony Lister. If you haven't joined that one, no problem. You still can join the part with Tony on its own or in combination if you are already in one of the detoxes. And Tony, who do you have with you? Who's this guy?
Well, so this is Piper, and I apologize for being a little bit late. I got these guys doing work on my house today, and Piper is going completely crazy, which is perfect for what we're going to talk about. Can I take a minute here, Clinton?
Absolutely, please take a minute, and then right after you're done, we're going to break into the breakout room. So we'll actually go to a different Zoom call for those who are in the 7-day detox and 30-day detox. We'll make sure we give you that link. Cornelia will come on in a second and explain what to do. But before that, some people who say, oh, I want to do something. What Tony is about to describe, this is what Dr. Ram says. I want to buy all your programs. I want to do anything. So to have him in this space, I'm excited to do this for myself because I know that I need this. And so please, Tony, explain a little bit about what this is.
Yeah, just a quick background. I've been doing personal development for 25 years. I've been teaching and training it for 15. And, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars going to coaches and workshops and trainings. I've invested an enormous amount of time and energy and resources into my own healing path. And there was this kind of like this untouchable aspect of what would happen with me, where I would have these sort of like automatic responses in my system. So Piper is a great example. We each have like this wild.
Oh, sorry, Tony. That was my mistake.
No, it's okay. I'm back. So, and I apologize for Piper. So we have this wild animal aspect of us it's on guard to keep us alive, right? So the Piper's this great example of she's freaking out because there's these guys here that she doesn't know and it's dangerous. And so this part of us reacts, and I would have these experiences in my life primarily in 3 areas. One was shame, a sensation that how I am is not okay. And it wasn't a thought process. It was an emotional feeling. I'd get into a situation and the shame from my past would kick in and go, wow, if you really knew me, if you really knew the struggle that it was to be with me, then you wouldn't accept me. You wouldn't love me. So shame is one of these things that kicks in. How I look is not okay. Well, how much money I make is not okay. What I've done with my life, what I haven't done with my life. And it's this unconscious thing that kicks in that then keeps us from moving forward. The other one is our attachments in relationships. And this is early childhood programming of however our caretakers responded. Like some of us have what's called the anxious attachment. And it's for me, the anxious attachment feels like this. If there's some kind of disruption, or if there's, even in my business, if I feel like a client's upset or they're not liking something, the reaction that's this automatic response in my body is like, oh no, please don't go away. Don't reject me. Right. That's the anxious attachment. And then the other one is the avoidant attachment, which goes like this. It's like if there's kind of disruption or some kind of, like disapproval, then my system goes, whatever, I don't need you, go away. I'm fine. And that one is really me hiding behind a wall saying, ouch, if you really loved me, then you'd come find me behind this wall. But I'm sure you really don't love me because I have shame and I'm not really lovable. So I'm not going to let you find me behind this wall. And then some of us play ping pong between those two. That's what I would do, where I'd go, don't go away, leave me alone. Don't go away, leave me alone. And it was this reaction to my body that I didn't understand. And then the third one is traumas. And trauma is anytime our system felt a threat, right? So Piper feels a threat with these guys doing this work at my house. And it goes, do I kick, right? Do I kill this person? Or do I run? Do I run away from this situation? And if neither of those are an option, I freeze that energy and I hold on to it in case I get one more chance to kick or to run. And these are automatic responses in the body that we don't cognitively think about because they happen before we even have a chance to think through it. Our body's already decided, should I fight or should I run? Or do I just hold on to this in case I get another chance to fight or to run? The challenge is when we start to move forward in our healing, we're going to challenge those old beliefs, those old patterns. And we're going to have all this reactive stuff happen in the body that then causes us to sabotage what it is we really want. I'm guessing I'm not the only one that's had these things happen. We start to move forward in our health, and then all of a sudden there's a feeling of unsafety that kicks in that we don't understand. Or we start to move forward in a relationship, and it's really loving and connective, and then all of a sudden it feels dangerous, and really quickly, I was doing this really cool connective experience with my wife, and we were sitting in this connective exercise. We sit very close to each other, and we're just letting each other's energy be present. And all of a sudden, what should have been a very connected, beautiful moment, my system felt really scared and completely shut down. And what that is one of these automatic responses to protect us. Because in the past, I was sure that if I got emotionally close, I was going to actually then get rejected and hurt. So my system automatically shuts that down so it doesn't happen. So what we're going to be doing in this process of really retraining the subconscious and the superconscious is I'm going to give you the mechanisms, the actual practical tools of what to do when the non-language lizard brain kicks in and takes over. And so we're going to be going through like how to actually maneuver this in the physical body so we can calm that wild animal, like I was doing for Piper all this morning, like just relax. It's not a real threat. It's okay. But I'm actually going to take you through step by step how to maneuver this within the body, how to actually calm our own nervous system so that we can then receive the abundance that we want. And it's no longer dangerous. We can allow love into our life and it's no longer dangerous because we know how to respond to these automatic responses and then calm our own system down. That's really what it's going to be about is how do we calm this so that we can receive these things into our life and retrain this non-language part of our brain. To me, of all the trainings, of all the processes, the 15 to 25 years of this path, it has been the most valuable and the most beneficial for me to actually experience joy in my life and to actually experience and let in the things that I want. So I'm so excited to share these tools going along with the ancient secrets and along with the diet pieces. So we get to actually experience the love. So we get to actually calm our own nervous system. And we start to feel like, wow, life isn't running me. I can actually maneuver this. I'm just so excited to share these tools with you in the program.
So beautiful, Tony, and so needed. I just want to see, and for those who are joining either the 7-day or the 30-day, Tony will be in the first week sharing one piece of that. And then those that have opted into the longer experience, he'll be each week for 8 weeks, taking us through an experience. I just want to see a raise of hands. Who feels like you could benefit in some way from something like that? Or maybe consciously you want something, but you feel like subconsciously sometimes So I'm excited for those who are going on this journey. Thank you, Tony, for making this as available for us and as an offering for us through the foundation. So that also at the same time, the donations can help these kids that need it the most too. Now, having said that, we're about to go for those who have opted into this experience to go into the breakout rooms, but there's a story that I want for you to hear beforehand because it's about loss, it's about miracles, it's about finding yourself. And I don't know, Nehemiah, if this is a good time or what you want to do. I just wanted to make sure we gave you a little bit of space since last week you were so beautifully offered to share from your heart about this miracle experience and this profound realization.
Thank you, Toda Rabba, brother Clint. It's look like what I prepared require different kind of times than today. It's so deep and it's not as ready as I want it to be. And if I take now the 10 minutes that needed, people would be impatient. It's not right. So I feel like if we do it next week, if it's okay with you, and you will be generous to give me 10 minutes, there'll be a few pictures and maybe a video. And the subject, I just want to remind, it's connection to the subject that was a few weeks ago. The subject a few weeks ago was our relationship to our blood, to our people. Now it will be, what is the relationship between, besides the sharing, the amazing miracle that happened with the help of this group to my brother before he, through his process of passing away and rising higher and higher in his awareness, is what is the relationship between the family, blood families that we are so attached to and so many problems, the family of choice, how different they are, and how we navigate these two relationships. That will be the main subject of what I want to share. And if
yes, next week, let's plan on that next week, and we can even do it towards the beginning, the first half of the hour.
Actually, I want to be the last.
Oh, you last. Okay, beautiful. If you have any things you want us to show, please be in contact with either Jana or Michael Smith, so they can make sure they get it queued up for you on that.
I already have the pictures. He already sent them to me this morning.
Cornelia,
if there's a video,
amazing.
then you need to send that to me as well.
Sure, and there'll be, the reason why I want to be the last, because there'll be a visualization meditation at the end, so it could lead well to the breakup. Yeah.
Well, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for that. And we're looking forward to that very much. I see Esther Francis has her hand up, and right before we share about her, I want to welcome also some of the people that will be doing the movement.
I forgot something.
Okay.
I forgot to welcome my friend Sherry Khan, such a courageous person. She already went to it. She is so young. She's teaching yoga for so many years, but so young, which means flexible. She went with me with 3 pioneers to 10 hours drive to Virginia and exposed herself to something completely new, relationship with a master. And now she's coming here. Of all the 3 pioneers, she's the most pioneer because others are still digesting the first journey to Virginia. So thank you, Sherry. The others will come also in their time. Yeah, and many others, but they're just a start.
Welcome. Thank you, Nehemiah, and welcome, Sherry, again. So grateful to have you here. Well, I want to make sure that I introduce real quick some of the people who are going to be guiding through the movement. You'll meet them on the next call, but one is Joey Lundgreen. It's so fun to have you here. Stephanie, I don't know if you're able to be on camera as well or not, but Stephanie, we got Cornelia, we have Jody Curtis, and then we also have Dr. Stephen, who you met just briefly earlier. He's also not on camera right now, but will be guiding us through lots of the movements and different things on the daily activation calls. And the daily activation calls, we're about to explain the whole process for those that are either in the 7-day or those that were in the 30-day. We're going to go into a separate breakout room. For those who aren't in either of those, no problem. You're going to stay on this call in this Zoom area. But Cornelia, do you want to just mention how it's going to work for those that are in any of the detox options right now? And then Esther, we'll come to you before we all break out.
Yes, I can share my screen quickly. So first of all, I'm sharing, what is happening here? So that is now for the 7-day detox, but it doesn't matter if you have signed up for the 30 days or the 7-day. The moment you actually are logging in right now, you see on the right-hand side the Zoom link to the daily live call. And you can, from Kajabi, just click on that link and it will open up automatically the Zoom link. And if there's no one there, then it will tell you, of course, that the host hasn't started the call yet. But if we are starting it in a second, so that is one way of doing it. I will also post it right now in the WhatsApp groups for the 30 days as well as for the 7 days, and also in the Signal group for the 7-day. If you are not in either of them, you would need right now to log in to your account. If anyone has issues at the moment logging into the account, can you please put it in the chat? And then I can look into that. So that is actually the easiest way. So every day, and maybe as we are here, I just want to show quickly what that looks like. So you have the introduction here, you have the overview, and then we have a daily routine that we do in Ayurveda and Siddha Veda to kind of help the body to detox. So you have different, a little bit of an explanation, and then the different things you can do, and they are explained here. And then for every day, detox day 1 in the 7-day and the detox day 2 and 3 for the 7-day, the other one will follow. And it's similar build up on, if I just go into maybe this one,
So you have a very clear explanation on each of the days, what you need, what your options are. And the recipe is also on every day, whatever you have. So it's really simple. So you don't have to go into your documents if you don't want to, if you have your computer open or your iPad or whatever, all the information is right there. And then you just can go to the next day at the top. And that is then for, in this case, for days 2 and 3. And then it's the same for both days. And then again, you have all the information on each of the pages. So I try to make it as easy as possible for you, so you don't have to kind of try to find things on the pages. Just go to the day, and then you have all the information. And I will also create then a separate folder where we have all the daily activation calls.
So beautiful, so powerful.
On that,
go ahead, Tony.
For those that are coming to Sedona to meet in person, you're going to discover that Cornelia gives the best hugs on the planet. I got to meet her in person. She gives the best hugs on the whole planet. So for those that are coming to Sedona to meet in person, you have something to look forward to.
So true.
You make me blush now, Tony.
Yeah, beautiful. You don't get to experience that through Zoom, except you feel it, a hug for your heart, but you'll definitely experience it in Sedona. Actually, maybe Andrew, you can put the link for those that haven't yet expressed interest in coming, to make sure that they know about that. Jonathan DeLee says, I second Cornelia's hugs. He's also there with us in Texas.
Me too. Direct experience. I was like, I got to try this out. And I was like, my goodness, they're great. Love you, Cornelia.
Beautiful. You know, we've really tried to put a lot of love into it. So even if those who aren't joining the 7-day detox, the 30-day detox, or the subconscious detox, you could just send so much love to the people who are, you know, believing that as they benefit, it will benefit all of us. I think that would make a big difference. Esther Francis, you have something you want to share before we go into the different rooms so people can get clear on what's happening today?
I do. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. I want to share a miracle at TT Devobawa that happened yesterday, and to precede that with that I did do the 30-day detox as part of the 100-day, and how amazingly powerful and profound that has been as a foundation for everything that's happened in my life since, which has been amazing. Yesterday afternoon, I felt a calling, you know, when I first heard about the miracle experience and to come to this community. And it was to go to a Mayan fire ceremony with Jose Munez, who's a Mayan timekeeper. So I went last night, and to my astonishment, I've never met him before. We're in a circle around a fire, giving offerings, prayers for, of course, peace, but particularly for health and happiness. And I was given this extraordinary, it's called a crystal skull.
Wow.
By Jose. And I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I was looking at it, and I'm the woman standing before me, and it didn't grok that what was really going on, that this was given to me to keep with me for, you know, love, prayers for the planet, for all of us, for everything we resonate to, you know, in our community. And total at TT Devobawa. And I just had to share it. I asked him about, you know, geez, this miracle call, we share our miracles. Would it be appropriate? I don't know what to do. You know, I don't know what to do with this situation. And he said, please, please, please. That's part of, we want you to speak out, to, you know, as an advocate for Mother Earth and love and all that so thank you for letting me share that. And I share.
Beautiful. Yes. Thank you, Esther. What a sacred, beautiful moment. And what a sacred gift you were not only given, but I want to say, for me, the amazing sacred gift is you. Actually, Esther Francis, you are this amazing gift that's come into our lives. You're like a crystal being embodied in skin and flesh that has infused us with so much joy and so much light and so much love. So thank you for being you. And I'm excited as you speak more and more on behalf of love, on behalf of the earth, on behalf of whatever indigenous things feel in your heart. Thank you so much for bringing that here right now. So grateful for you.
I put you all in the fire, in my prayers before this happened, having no idea that anything like this would happen. So thank you.
So beautiful. Sue Mulvaney, I see you're raising your hand. I just want to make sure you have a chance to speak, and then we're going to go into, we'll separate into the groups. But Sue?
Yes, I just want to say hello from a detox clinic I'm working at in south of Ensenada, Mexico. When I had my Pulse Clinic, remember, Clint, where you signed and dedicated the book to the clinic? Well, I have the Spanish staff reading the book. I brought a American version down, and the staff are reading the book. I'm working with Marma Points, and today I am cooking a huge pot of mung bean soup for all the clients and all the staff, and that's going to follow what they call a temescal here, which is what we call Sweat Lodge. So it's Miracles in Motion, where it's a very miracle place here. I love it. It's filling my soul. I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. What a powerful thing. This is why we call it contagious healing. Even in Mexico, this powerful, we don't know how it's going to unfold. We don't know where love is going to guide the book, in which hands or what things, or mung soup or these things. But I want to say love has guided you here now. And so, Cornelia, we have a separate link that will have people who are in one of the detoxes join a separate group, actually. So, and then for those that aren't in any of the detoxes, you can stay here. We'll have a short breakout room where we can discuss what has love taught you. But Cornelia, how can people find that link, and how do we make the transition right now?
Well, someone needs to go over and open up the other link, but we cannot do that as long as we are here in this Zoom room. So one of us has to leave and open up the other room.
Okay.
And I don't know who is going to stay here, because if I have to set up the breakout room.
Michael Smith, can you stay here and just host a discussion for anyone who's not in any particular detox?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
And everyone else, they need to either go now into the WhatsApp group for 7-day detox or 30-day detox. I just posted the new link there. And as I said, it's also up on Kajabi. If you are not yet in one of those groups, then please go back into your account on Kajabi. And then it's on the right-hand side, as I showed you. And you just click on that blue button and it takes you right into Zoom.
It's beautiful. Even Jacob, I love, he says, we're bringing a Pulse Clinic to Ensenada next Sunday. What are the chances? It's almost full, but there's a phone number there. Dr. Ronak is coming. So Sue, make sure you get that phone number in case anyone reading the book wants to have an experience. That's so beautiful. All right. So now, Cornelia, you want to head over and open up that new Zoom room?
Yeah. Okay. I can do that. So I see everyone over there. Bye.
All right. So everyone who is in one of the detoxes, you can get the link either through the WhatsApp group or through Kajabi. Go ahead and go in there just so that you get clear on what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow. And for those that are not in any of the detoxes, you can stay here. Otherwise, let's just do it in tradition. We just put our hands together at the end of calls like this. You can even unmute yourself. I'll actually invite you to unmute yourself. Ask all to unmute. Just put your hands out. I love you and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you. Love you and I'm with you. I'm with you. Love you. Love you, Tony. Love you, Michael. Love you, Judy. Sue, love you. Linda.
Love you, Mount Shasta, California.
Sue. Love you, Janet.